Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is PunFood, or just Pun if you prefer, and I am fired up for today's episode. It has been about a month since I last recorded. Also, yeah, you're safe inside this little, rectangle thing. You won't get attacked by wild Pokemon. Anyway, but yeah, it's been about a month since I last recorded. Let's see what happened. So I had life stuff, other stuff in my life. You know, it's approaching May. It's a big, April was busy. May's also busy, but I found time in May just to squeeze in a few recordings. The main thing was, I had to take a break because I had stuff, a week break because I had stuff to catch up on, slash, other obligations I, already agreed to. And then after that, I was worn out. Allergies came in, and I was all stuffy, for a week. And then I had to, other obligations, and my voice was still a little. So yeah, it's just been obligations, and in between that, being stuffy and whatnot. So, but I finally, I'm finally unstuffed, and no real obligations left to do, so I'm finally back recording. I should be able to consistently upload every week for the foreseeable future, but, if there are a couple gaps here and there, it's probably because I'm busy. I have stuff outside of recording that I do in my life. Anyway, so where were we? Last time, I ended up saying I was going to train up the team to take on the fire crew. And that's what I did. Everyone's now level 27, and Roll even evolved into Dashbun. I'm pretty sure this happened in between parts. Anyway, Dashbun now has the ability Well-Baked Body, making her immune to fire moves and raising defense stat. Looks pretty good. I think still the highest speed on the team. Yeah. Florian might have higher speed, but there you go. This is kind of the moveset I'm running out of, lack of other options. But yeah, we're gonna lead, Spine here, because Spine is not gonna have many uses after this, battle for the foreseeable future. So, I suppose we should just head on in here, cross the lines, and there's a Cyclizar. Do I have one of those? I don't think I do, but I also don't think it's really, the right time to try and catch one. What I mainly want to do is just grab the items and keep making progress over here, and we should get the cutscene. There it is. Alright. Hey, Clive. What's my voice for you? It's you, wait, no. It's you, PunFood. Clive? Yup, that's me, Clive, the Normal Academy student. Anyway, PunFood, I owe you one. Thanks to you, I've been accepted into Operation Starfall. Why'd you join? I need answers, that's all. How do I resolve this situation with Team Star, and what's causing its members' odd behavior? Odd behavior? Team Star is the subject of more than a few nasty rumors swimming around the academy, you know. Some say that bullying has caused a worrying number of students to drop out of school. Others say that they're hauled up in their bases plotting to cause trouble for the academy. But these are rumors. The matter I am directly confronted with is something else. I'm talking about Team Star's persistent truancy. They've all been skipping class for a while now. 5 of them in particular, the so-called bosses of Team Star, haven't had so much set a foot inside our classroom for over a year. And it seems the team's rank and file have recently started stirring up mischief as well. That's why I took it upon myself to issue a direct order to Team Star to disband. I informed them that should they refuse, I would have no choice but to expel all students affiliated with the team. But I'm afraid there's been no response, and the deadline I set for them to make their choice between dissolution or expulsion is nigh upon us. So you see, when I overheard you talking on the phone to Cassiopeia, it couldn't have come at a more crucial time. Toto? It's Cassiopeia! Can you hear me? Another time then. Be careful. I see you're coming up to one of Team Star's bases. Was there someone with you just now? It's just me. Well, be warned that Team Star will have its guard up after losing one boss to you already. Their base won't go down as easily as the last one. Proceed with extreme caution. I'll be in touch. Alright. We got the lore. It's time to go charging in. I think this team is the team we're rolling with. I tried to build it on Pokemon like Roll and Cindy, who are immune to fire, Sal, Steve, and Spine, who are good against fire, and Lucky has a couple moves that are good against fire, and a general strong normal type to round out the team. But here we are. Confronting Team Star. If the game would load, there we go. Whoa, 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 you can't be here. This base belongs to Team Star. If you don't clear out real quick like, I'll have to come at you in self-defense, you get me? I'm not turning back. Well, alright, time for me to self-defense the snot right out of ya. Sure, man. Alright. Team Star Grunt. I really like the star glasses, but I wish, like, it wasn't part of, maybe they're not part of the helmet. I don't know. They look like they're part of the helmet. Anyway, let's just bulldoze. They're only level 25. The boss is level 27. So we should, yeah. Houndour isn't evolved. We're evolved 2 levels higher. Yeah, we got this. It's my goal to try and make a lot of use out of Spine, because Spine's stats don't really keep it relevant in the late game compared to some of the other Pokemon. But yeah. And Spine, I think, isn't gonna be useful for at least a good 4 episodes. Probably. Man, you're crazy strong. Wait, are you the kid who declared war on Team Star? Call me Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. Whoa, thanks for the terrible news. Excuse me while I book it back to the rest of my crew. Hasta la vista! Alright then. Hey, Pun Food! Cassiopeia told me to scope out the fire crew's base. I thought I'd come give you some backup now that I'm through, but it seems you're all set. Foo, foo! What? Foo, foo! Is that you, Chalos? Foo! I thought so. What are you doing here? Is this Pokemon yours? This is Chalos, the Chocadet. Boom! He's one of the Pokemon the Academy takes care of within its grounds. Foo! Ah, Chalos, wait! He ran off. It looks like he may have some connection to Team Star's fire crew. I better chase after him. Don't worry, I'll regroup with you soon enough. You press ahead into the base, Pun Food. Well, alright then. How's my voice for Clive? I'm worried that it's still too similar to Giacomo. But Giacomo doesn't have too many more lines anyway, so I think Clive's the more dominant one anyway. Rototo. I see you dealt with the grunt standing guard. Nice work! Stationed inside that base is Team Star's fire crew, the Shedder? Shedar? I don't know, something squad. Their boss, Mela, is the best all-rounder of the team. She fixes any and every problem thrown at her way, though her methods are heavy-handed. Her declaration of war must have made her blood boil. I bet even now her grunts are hard at work inside the base, trying to keep her fury under control. That means your best move is to take down all the grunts nice and quick. Once there's no one left to help Mela keep her cool, she should come out to comfort you. Confront you, not comfort. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe the Shedder squad off the map. Alright then. Well, we need to select 3 Pokemon to be at the front of the party. I think the best bet is Sal, Steve, Spine, and we're going to lead with Spine to set up toxic spikes, I think. Yeah. Alright, we're fine as is. You know what, we could just do that. Okay. Are you ready? Let's go. And while we're in here, I'll do my usual thing of talking about the type that we're confronting. They basically say the same thing in this base as all the other ones. Some kid, blah, blah, blah. Time to give him the boot, blah, 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 blah. 30 Pokemon, 10 minutes. Super easy. Anyway, as I was saying, what I want to do is I want to sort of talk about the fire type. Fire is one of the 3 starter types of Pokemon. We've already seen grass. Grass has a lot of weaknesses, but it also has a lot of utility, having access to Spore and stuff. Fire is pretty much just kind of straight power. A lot of fire it's hard to pin down fire as a physical or more special type, though I think it leans more towards the special. But because it's a starter type, it can get a reputation for physical, especially with the amount of fire and fighting type starters. I would love to see a special attacking fire and fighting type starter, simply because, you know, fighting is normally pretty physical. So it would be cool to see, you know, fire type starter that's a special attacker for fire, but also is fighting and can use some special fighting moves, which are a bit rare, but you know. That's not the staircase. Okay. Fire types have a good chunk of resistances, resisting steel, ice, grass. Fire are the ones that I can remember. I feel like there's one more. No, I don't think there is. Oh, they also resist fairy and bug, I believe. Fire has like the most resistances of the starting types, but they have 3 weaknesses to like some of the most common types, being water and rock, and then ground, which is fairly common, but also ground poses high potency against other, you know, a lot of other types. In other words, fire has some pretty common weaknesses, but it is pretty powerful, being super effective against a lot of other common types, specifically grass and bug, making it pretty good for early game, though unless you pick the fire starter, it's rare to find one early game. It's often pretty important for being able to take out steel and ice and grass. Less so ice and grass, but mainly steel. But personally, I've never enjoyed the fire type that much. I think flames as an aesthetic aren't as cool as like electric or ice. That's just my personal belief of the whole thing. But I just thought I'd make that clear. Fire's pretty rare, as I said, but if you can get one early game, it usually dominates, due to grass and bug being pretty common. And it's pretty good. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's as good as water. Water is one of the top 3 VGC types, competitive types. I don't really play competitive Pokemon, but I just know that. And grass is pretty good for access to Spore and being immune to the Spore and powder moves and stuff, as well as having utility. Fire, grass also resists ground. Fire does not. Fire, I'm unsure how it ranks, but I want to say it's not as good as the others. For a playthrough, Fire is pretty good. In competitive, not as much. Anyway, we breached the defenses, so let's confront the boss. See, I think the flames on the vehicle are a little, like, overdone, you know? I like the dark one better. Anyway, this is the boss of Team Star's fire crew, Mela. So you're the dope who picked the fight with Team Star. I don't know why you'd do something so stupid, and I don't care. You challenged us, so we'll beat you down. That's all there is to it. Prepare to get messed up. Alright, straight into the point. No extra flair. Just coming at you with a lot of firepower. Anyway, Mela uses quick balls. I guess, you know, quick nature, fiery personality, that kind of thing. Now that I think about it, toxic spikes won't do anything. Right here, right now, you're going down. Her Torkoal sets up Drought, which is kind of bad. What I'm gonna do... I'm gonna yawn. Okay. This move will torch you till there ain't nothing but ash left. Flame Wheel. We do not resist this, so... Oh, okay. That was for the rest of the Shedder squad. I think it's Sheddar. Okay, so I yawned. So let's send in Roll. Spine did the job of setting up the yawn. Roll here is now immune to the fire and will get a defense boost. If we could get body press on Roll, that'd be pretty good. Anyway, Torkoal's now asleep. So, oh, I wish I had, like... Okay, unfortunately, Fire Resist Fairy. I wish I taught Roll Workup. Because while Torkoal was asleep, that would have been the perfect time to, like, set up. Does anybody have, like, a setup move? No. Well then, we're just gonna go for Bite. Torkoal is tanky. Okay. It's technically raining now? This is gonna take a while. Our attack stat is not that high. Oh god, okay. Oh, the sun is gone for sure. Torkoal woke up. Okay. If the rain's up, we'll swap in Sal. I do think it's a little ridiculous that outside battle, like, conditions can just start happening, but it's whatever. I say we go for Aqua Cutter. Yeah, okay. That should take... okay. Eliminating stat changes is fine, I guess, but... Okay. Aqua Jet. Torkoal is only a problem if the sun is still up when she sends out the Rever Room, and the Clear Smog doesn't really help if you're trying to set up. Rever Room is the bigger threat. It just has a lot of health. I ain't burnt to the crisp just yet. So, Sheddar Starmobile is level 26. I I think this one has speed boost, so we go for Aqua Cutter. Screech, that's fine. Kind of. Not really. Did a good chunk of damage. Speed up. Go for Aqua Cutter again. It's faster now, but we have Rain and Water typing, so... If Sal goes down here, that's honestly fine. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Aqua Jet. Okay, Blazing Torque, please live. Okay. It's probably going to go for Blazing Torque again. So we could probably afford to go into roll. Hopefully, I'm not going to sacrifice Sal right now. Overheat. Okay, good. Well, big body. It has Screech, Overheat, Blazing Torque, maybe one other move. But we're going to go for Baby Doll Eyes, because Baby Doll Eyes is a priority move that drops attack. It is Swift. Okay. Let's try to drop attack once more, and then we'll attack it. Swift. We're definitely taking damage, but it is fine. Let's go for Bite. We're not going to go first, but we can try to flinch. I think we still have, like, one... Okay. I say, like, I have no choice but to Baby Doll Eyes this thing. Hope I live, and maybe I can switch into something else. I'd like to try and keep everyone alive. Okay. Oh, we haven't used Steve yet. Let's try Steve. Because Steve resists both the Blazing Torque and the Swift. So, there we go. Our special defense isn't that good, but yeah, that should be fine. Let's do Salt Cure, get the damage just in case we're not that strong. I really didn't mean to spend all episode fighting the Team Star boss, but I mean, if that's what we end up doing, that's what we end up doing. Overheat. That's a special attack. Why does it lower our defense and stuff if... Anyway. Smackdown takes it out. Okay, cool. And we took it out without a single death, I think. So... Yeah. The Sun strategy with Torkoal isn't bad. This fight, I know, gave me struggle on my first playthrough. It gave a lot of people struggle because they thought it came before Iono, you know, and or they had no experience with the other team stars because people didn't realize that the levels don't scale or whatever. But yeah, this fight can be a little difficult at times, and but I came in prepared, and I didn't really have a strategy so much as I just had moves on my Pokemon that, like, do good things. Anyway, is this really how it's going to end? What a hassle. Anyway, about a year and a half ago, man, what a hassle. Pulled it off just in time. Welcome back. Welcome. What? Aries' voice is like, welcome back, Melly. I managed to get a bunch of Charcadet to evolve. That ought to be enough to power the Starmobile and finally get that hunk of metal rolling. Glad tidings indeed. Is it not so, Ortega? I'm just surprised she's not all hot air. Shut it with the side comments. You can be such an annoying twerp, you know that? As if you're any better, Mela. Being rude and sassy, and saying mean things is literally your whole deal. That's not true, Orty. The girls at the academy have always been jealous of how cute Melly is. She just puts on a surly attitude so they'll stop picking on her. Although, I guess you're not wrong to say that her surly attitude is what most people know her for. Well, come on, not you too, Aerie. How about we leave it at that, folks? It's almost time for the big event. Yes, Operation Star. It's finally happening. And the big boss, what pray is their plan? They already got in touch with all the bullies and asked them to head over to the schoolyard. It's finally time, huh? Man, I'm so stoked. It's finally time, huh? Man, I'm so stoked. The thrill's burning me right up. Okay. I burned through everything I had, and now it sputtered out. Guess this is where it ends. That Clodsire of yours really let us have it. I really think it was more Steve and Sal and maybe a bit of Roll, but whatever. Beating me in battle is a huge deal, so here, take the star badge and be proud of yourself. As she grips our hands to, like, death or whatever. What is that arm position, actually, like, that she's doing? Anyway. While I'm at it, you can have this TM, too. Not like I'm gonna use it. Flame Charge. Going itself in flood. This just boosts your speed. It's a fire attack that boosts speed. Pretty okay. I remember using this on, like, Talonflame back when I was first playing X and Y, and I thought it was, like, the coolest thing. Let me make one thing clear. I'm not giving these to you. I'm giving them to your Clodsire. Clodsire can't even learn Flame Charge. You got what you came for. Now leave me alone. You're Mela from Team Star, right? There's a Pokemon I'd like you to see. Huh? Who are you supposed to be? Foo! A Charcadet? Wait. Foo! Foo! Well, if it ain't Charlos, what are you doing here? It seems he came to this base. Looking for you. Foo! You did? He's very attached to you, isn't he? Yeah, 'cause I used to play with him every day back when I was still going to school. I can even tell more or less what he's thinking just by looking at the way his flames move. Do you have any idea why Charlos wanted to visit you? Foo-foom! Foo-foom! Charlos. To me, it looks like he's saying that he wants you to come back. Just shut it already, would ya? They say Team Stars hold itself up in these bases to plot something against the Academy. Were you aware of this? First, I've heard of a stupid rumor like that. Man, nothing's changed since back then. Everyone's still spouting garbage. Then what about that modified car you were motoring around in just now? The Starmobile? We made that thing a long time ago to help us out with a big fight. But we never actually used it against anyone before you two came looking for trouble. You never used it before? And what's this about a big fight? You ever heard of Operation Star? Operation Star? Not Operation Starfall? No, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. But for me and the rest of Team Star, it's a memory we'll always treasure. Well, took down the fire crew. That's probably the most difficult. And no, the rest of the Team Star battles are pretty tough, but like, I will have more resources and more potential options to use in those battles when I get to them. Anyway, Rototo. Panfood, it's me! I take it that Mela's Star Badge is now in your possession. I see. Now that there's no boss to lead them, the rest of the Shadow Squad shouldn't last long. Mela. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there again. Now about your reward. I'll transfer some LP over to your phone as promised. 6,000, pretty good, okay. And new TMs. Use those new TMs to strengthen your Pokemon even further. I'll have my supply unit wrap you shortly so you deliver some bonus materials too. Alright then. Hello, it's me again from the supply unit. Akias! Huh, what? What the heck? Hey, stop that. Somebody help! Well? It drooled all over me. What even is that Pokemon anyway? I have no idea what it is. Huh? I'm amazed you're so calm with a giant question mark of a Pokemon at your side. But before I forget, here's your reward. Lots of Pokemon materials. Your name's Punfood, right? Since you're part of Operation Starfall's battle unit, can I ask you something? What do you think of Team Star? They're pretty strong. Interesting. You know, some of the rumors say Team Star wasn't always a bunch of delinquents. Most of them used to be victims of bullying, or they just found it hard to interact with people. But then these misfits and outsiders found each other and banded together to form Team Star. All they wanted to do was push back against the bullies they couldn't face alone. But that's just info I got by hacking other students' social media accounts. I also found talk about some secret mastermind behind the 5 bosses. Someone who recruited them to the team in the first place. I don't normally talk this much. Now my throat kinda hurts. So, good luck with taking down the other bases and stuff. Well, alright, Penny. Thank you for the materials. Before I end this episode, I just want to sorta quickly head back in here, because I believe there are some items in here that are worth grabbing. Like EXP candy is always useful. And I want to say that the TM in this base is somewhere up over here. I'm fine with extending this episode a little bit. I haven't recorded in a while anyway. Man, that took way too long to like take down this one base. My guess is that was mainly due to a lot of talking, but also half an hour is maybe a shorter amount of time than I thought it was. It's probably a good enough explanation. Fire Fang, that's pretty useful. So yeah, this is probably one of the biggest early game hurdles, simply because if you haven't picked the water starter or gone out of your way to like go to an ocean and get a water type, you know, you probably won't have one. You might have a rock type or a ground type, but even then, you have like a couple rock options this early in the game and a couple ground options. As well as just generally with the sun and also just the sheer base stats of the Pokemon, you know, it can be a little difficult to find Pokemon that can last long enough, you know. And, like, as you saw, Torkoal had Clear Smog, which is a poison move that's super effective against, you know, Roll, my Dash Bun, so yeah. Anyway, now that that's sorted, though, I can kind of just make my way to the next objective, which I might still deliberate over in the next few episodes, but I'm really at a crossroads here. And I think before leaving you off, I'll paint you exactly why I'm at a crossroads. We have like a minute before I need to end this recording. So, if we zoom out, we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our next objective is technically this one here. But the objective after that is this one here. The problem is that this objective starts at a slightly lower level than this objective. But this objective ultimately ends at a higher level than this objective. My issue that I face is, do I venture off this way and take care of this objective Or do I venture off over here and at least start this objective, then go deal with this objective? I have multiple teams, so what I might end up doing actually is I might just end up saying we go to this objective, but we only train up one team to like the level cap, and then this objective we can still have time to train Pokemon. That might be what I do. Anyway, well, whatever we do, we're gonna do it next time. But for now, my name has been, and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and it always will be Pun Food. I'm really excited to be back recording. I honestly kind of really missed this. I think it's sometimes more fun to just play a game for the sake of playing a game and not for the sake of recording for an audience. But I do think that I've missed just being like, yeah, I'm gonna, play a game with a purpose, right? And I've kind of missed having the chance to talk about, Pokemon to other people. So, yeah, really excited to be back. Uploads should be consistent for foreseeable future.